minutes early. Wow. Welcome, welcome. I am Marcy Denning, Stampin' with Marcy. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for joining me today. I'm just adjusting my lights. It's rather bright in my face. I'll have to readjust once I flip the camera around. I don't think I've been in a video on my YouTube channel for quite some time. I usually do that on my Facebook channel. So today we're going to be doing some ink blending and masking. However, I will show you at the end another card that I have done that I didn't mask, showing you that you don't have to mask or fussy cut your sentiments if you don't want to. But I want to take out the scariness of masking and ink blending, showing you how easy it is to do. So I am going to flip you around and bring you up on my iPad so I can read comments as they are not showing up. Oh, no, they're not showing up yet. So let's just... Okay, so I've got my volume is down. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. All right, so give me one moment to flip the camera around as well as flip all my lights around too. So there we go, my back wall. And let's just adjust my Archon mount. I always say camera, but it's my iPhone. Yes, all right. So there is the lovely flowering rain boots. Stamp set. Hello, Marilyn. Yes, this week we are, I'm doing something different. I am sharing all of my projects that I'm sharing are the flowering rain boots. Oh, and I touch my lamp and it flicks off. Hold please while I adjust that. Okay, so yes, I am sharing the flowering rain boots, all my projects this week. Come on. My one lamp, my Ott floor lamp, it doesn't like you to touch it. So, and let's see, there we go. All right, so I've brought it up on my TV. However, I cannot. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there we go. So I can see what my desktop looks like. Bring you forward just a smidge. Move my host code. There, we have a bit of a delay. So hello, Jeannie. Hello, Amy. You get to work from home on Wednesdays. How lovely. All right, so today we're not using the bundle the dies. However, the card at the end, I did use the dies. I want to share with you how to do your ink blending in that, so that, and masking. So it gives you more techniques in your crafting arsenal to create different types of projects. So flowering rain boots, we are using polished pink, granny apple green, and coastal cabana. And yes, we're using those blending brushes again today. And here is the card that we're going to be creating. And you can see I did do the splatter as well. And then I've just stamped on the inside. And I did fussy cut. Now, my blog post, hello, Carolyn from Texas. My blog post, I have lots of photos showing you kind of step by step of each aspect. Now, I did go ahead and heat emboss, and I've already fussy cut part of the letters so that that doesn't take as much time. So I'm just going to put those over to the side. Thank you, Carol. Yes, we are coming to tulip season here in southwestern Ontario. Um, After my morning walk this morning, I checked out my front garden, and my hyacinth and crocus are popping up, and the startings of the tulip leaves are starting to pop up. They're not all in the same place because we have squirrels that dig up our our bulbs. So yes, thank you, Jeannie. Okay, so this is a slimline card. So it is 8.5 inches long, 7 inches wide, scored at 3.5. The measurements will be on my blog post later. So what we're going to do to get started, this is the inside. I'm just going to give my stamps a little bit, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat there. Give that a little squish on my silicone, or I'm looking at my silicone craft sheet here. I've got 2 of them out on my table here on my Stampin' chamois. So as you can see, I have stamped and fussy cut out my tulips. What I did was, as you can see, this is my repositionable tape. I got this off of Amazon. We don't sell it here in Strathroy in the Staples store. Good afternoon, Anne. So this is what it looks like. It's 2 inches by 100, 100, 1,296 inches, so 36 yards, but it's 2 inches wide. So that way you've got enough room to stamp your sentiment. Now, when you're stamping and masking, you need to stamp and let this set for 24 hours. Otherwise, it's got to be fully dried. Otherwise, that black ink is going to smudge on everything, and you're going to have black smudges all around your flowers and your leaves where you've brought the blending brush over. So I stamped that, let it set before I fussy cut it out even. I started to fussy cut it out thinking it was dry, and it wasn't, and it was getting all over my hands. So I set it aside completely, left it alone, started working on something else. So this is my insert piece. You can see that that's a little different. It's a little smaller than my front piece. I've got this layered on here so that I remember which one I'm stamping. So first off, we are going to stamp our stems. So my insert piece is 3 3/8 by 8 3/8, because half of that is 3.5 by 8.5. So, okay, we're gonna bring this all the way down to the bottom there. Love the way this stamps, so pretty. The wind is picking up here in southwestern Ontario. We are supposed to get rain in that later today, so my sister Anne and I got out for our walk earlier rather than later, so I'm lining that up. I hope, as I can't truly see with the phone in the way. So there we go. Oh, so lovely, so vibrant. I don't have any tulips in that color. All right, so we are going to stamp 3 of, as you can see, 3 of the bunches of tulips across my card front at varying heights, because we want them to, when tulips get moved around by the squirrels and that, they pop up here and there. They're not always in the same spot. So this one here is going to be about there. Then our next one is going to be up a little higher there. And I know not all of you like to fussy cut. I love fussy cutting. It does not bother me in the slightest. I really do enjoy it. So, and right about there, a little further over. So there's our, I'm not going to close that because I still need it. So there's all our bases of our tulips. So now to get on my tippy toes so that I can see over top. You don't want them too far down the stem, but you don't want those heads floating either. So there's the one. And two. I hope I did okay. Yep, that one's okay. A little off there, but hopefully it's not going to affect the ink blending, the covering up too awful bad. And three. All right, so we're done with that. We can cover that up. Okay, so we need a big sheet. I think I put my, in the product links, I think I put my small grid paper, but I'm using the large one. Now, when you are, just as I said the other day, when you are doing your ink blending, you need a piece of paper to hold that, needs something to hold your cardstock down so that you're not getting the oils from your hands all over that, because it will affect how that ink is transferred. You're going to leave a little bit of a fingerprint, and you don't want that, especially since I put moisturizer on my dry hands before we came live. All right, so I'm holding that down. I've loaded up my brush, and I'm going to, try to come, oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, that would have been horrible. Guys, I forgot to put my masks on. So, wowzers. All right, so what I did here, so you're gonna take and line it up. It's really important those skinny stems get covered. Okay. That was, wow, I was getting ahead of myself. That was a back up the bus moment. Oh my goodness. And see, when I stamped that, you can see I cut that in half, and then there's other ones that I actually cut it right off. So a little bit of prep work ahead of time is going to give you a better experience while you're crafting. You're not stressing about having to get this done or that done. You've already gone ahead and done it. So that needs to come up. Get my take your pick tool. So I'm just going to gently pull that down. That's over a bit too far. And when you're creating a mask, you want to have it so that your mask is slightly, you want to cut inside the image line a bit. Otherwise, you're going to have that a really strong line, white line. And I'm going to show you, because it's kind of impossible to do, really. I'm going to show you how you can fix any of that white line that might be showing through for your image. And this only takes, it's not taking too much time, but I want to go through it step by step so that you see that it is not super scary and overwhelming, and I'd love for you to try this. Now this is too high, I can tell. I'd love for you to try this technique yourself. It just adds more to that. There we go for that one. It adds so much more to your, oh, stop sticking to my finger, to your projects when you can do these little extra things. And there we go. And this one's too high. Scooch down. So depending on how you've stamped, and I've stamped my flowers higher than I did with the mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the bloom heads down first. Okay. So this is the finicky part. Once you're done this, it's smooth sailing. Come on, guys. Stick. Stick. I get the one part down and then it sticks to my finger and adjusts it. Here we go. No. Otherwise we're going to have green, purpley stems from the blue and the green. It's going to be yucky, and the pink. There. We are going to call that flower good because I have fussed enough. And then my last one, I'm going to look up for comments in a second. So this is definitely a bit more of a technique than Monday's card. Get over there. There we go. And our flower head. There we go. Now this one here, I'm a little concerned about how that's going to end up, but we're going to hope for the best. All right, so let's reload that. Come in, and you can see I'm just going right over that bottom area. You can go as heavy or as light. And I'm not seeing any comments, so thank you for your patience for that part. And I want it kind of deep there, that tone. And I'm going halfway up those stems in the middle here. I'm trying to bring that ink up so that, scoot you down just a bit so that this is closer to me. And I'm definitely gonna have to use my ink refills to top up my Granny Apple Green and my Coastal Cabana. Okay, and I think that's good. So again, let's take a look and see, flip that around. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So we are going to take our cards, our scrap paper there, and we're going to flip that over because we don't want to contaminate. We're going to move the Granny Apple Green right out of the area so I don't accidentally use the brush or anything on my Coastal Cabana. So load that up. Let's bring that card down here a bit more in view. And come down. I'm just taking a look at the screen here to see. There we go. All right, again with the, oh, wrong way. Again with the piece to hold and off the page and then coming on and bringing it across. Gathering that ink from the sides of that ink pad. Bringing that ink right down to meet the Coastal Cabana, to meet that Granny Apple Green. Changing the direction, I'm going circular motion clockwise and counterclockwise so that I'm getting better pressure. Move that slightly, get that just a smidge out of my way. I don't want to accidentally, oh, and I just left a brush mark. Let's see if we can't get enough ink on there to blend that out. That's lightened that.